All right. Rundown today is December 12th. It is brought to you by DirecTV Now. DirecTV Now, not later, now. $35 introductory offer for Stoolies, $35 a month. You can cancel anytime. To me, that's huge. So just do it. Don't be an idiot. $35, do it. You get a billion zillion channels on demand titles. Watch it anywhere. If you do 3 months prepaid, I'm not going to pressure you to do this, but if you do 3 months prepaid, you'll get Apple TV for free. Also a pretty good thing. So DirecTV Now, $35 a month, 10 gazillion channels. If you want to add HBO, it's like an extra $5. I'd recommend that. But definitely sign up. Cancel anytime. DirecTV Now. Into it. I'm going to keep this quick, but we got to talk about it. We got to talk about Deflategate too. And I know nobody wants to talk about it. Patriot fans don't even want to talk about it. But the facts are, it's just another shining example of what a clusterfuck. And I know there's no even reason to disagree. But Jay Glazer comes out with a report that says the Giants said there were deflated balls. It's come out later that we have the exact measurements. It's like worse than what or lower than what the Patriots supposedly more. That rat, I know he's got cancer. I hope he feels better. Doesn't change the fact he's a rat. That he never changed the fact. And then the NFL comes out and says, oh, everything's good. There's nothing to this. Deflated balls don't matter. It doesn't matter. They did this in 5 seconds. They said Jay Glazer made this up out of thin air. It's not made up of thin air. Nobody cares about deflated footballs. Nobody cares about deflated footballs. What we care about is the double standard of this rat Goodell and the whole way they do it, because this story either proves that the ideal gas law lists or proves nobody cares about deflated footballs. And I know if you guys don't want to say anything, don't say anything. But Patriot fans, Jerry wrote a blog, Jerry Thornton, he's right. Nobody in this league except Patriot fans say when it's enough Deflategate. Because we're the only ones who got burned in the ass for it. So I get no one wants to hear about it. We'll say when it's enough. And when this story comes out and they fucking put it up the ass, it's not enough. So we have to talk about it. I have to get it out of my system. If you guys don't want to say anything, we can move on. I'm good.
All I want to say is that I agree it's a double standard, but don't lie to my face like that and say that you don't want to talk about it.
I don't.
Yeah, you love this.
No, put it number one for a reason.
Entire existence.
You want to talk about
yes.
it. Don't lie to me.
I want to talk about it.
So then don't lie to me.
I want to talk about it because it has to be talked about. Because I won't.
Yes.
How many times has ESPN?
But don't lie to me.
Does anyone know how many times has ESPN mentioned
Dave,
this story?
I'm fine with
Zero.
I'm fine with you being upset. You have every right to be upset. Do not lie to my face and say you don't want to talk about this. Is all you want to talk about.
I also am saying, but I don't want to, but I have to.
You do want to.
I don't know.
Yeah, you love this. You want to talk about it every single day.
You want to talk about this.
I honestly don't know.
I do.
Don't know.
In your heart of hearts, you want to talk about
it. And I know no one cares, but we care. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I'm also sick of you guys being
like such a tough
you
thing.
all keep saying like, well, the only reason it was a big deal was because it's Patriots fans. Like, yes, we all admit that. We all fucking hate you.
You two on this
You
couch.
all-
Mark Brunell crying in his fucking Wheaties.
Still my favorite clip of all
does not say that.
Yes, it is a double standard.
Mark
You guys
Brunell
are
cried.
fucking annoying.
He did. He
and
actually
delusional.
cried. He cried.
Mark Brunell does not represent everybody else.
But
okay?
I
that
guess
was one of the funniest
ESPN,
things
that's
ever.
like the thing. It's
I
like-
actually, you know what? Because I forgot about Mark Brunell. If you said, Dan, you have to go through Deflategate listening to you rant for a year straight.
Just for that
Because it was
moment.
a year that you just like annoyed Kevin and I about this. Just to see Mark Brunell cry again, I'd probably take it.
I mean,
it was that good of a clip.
Make sure who's cutting up the rundown, loud, Sean. They have to. You have to listen to what we talk about. Like now, we need the Mark Brunell clip crying. Yes,
He cried.
Yes,
Your
we
man
haven't
cried
been doing a lot
about
of that. Like we
footballs.
talk about stuff, put the clips in there. It's rule one.
I think they do. I think they do a good job of that.
Okay, he says you
don't-
do a good job.
yeah, you don't watch the
No, I
rundown.
do. I've
They do.
noticed a bunch. Mark Brunell crying and fucking get Bill Polian, get that guy out there. Trot all these guys out there and just have them do 1
Have
segment.
you tweeted at your old friend Bobby Kravitz today?
I haven't yet. I put him in a body bag the other day when he said the Purdue coach was going to be PJ Fleck,
Yeah.
and then he deleted it. I will. You know what?
Rundown's canceled. I gotta go tweet people.
Write a note to myself. I owe Bobby Kravitz a tweet. All right, that's enough of my Deflategate. We got a bunch of different stories here. We're going to start. I'm going to phrase this question. We had 2 great clips from the NFL with 2 of the all-time thugs of the NFL, Pacman Jones, Aqib Talib. We had Pacman Jones just saying Terrell Pryor is garbage. He literally picked up like a trash thing. He's like, he's garbage. He said it 100 times. Then we have Aqib Talib, who I respect the fuck out of this move. That cheap shot in the Broncos game, he's like, I just want you to know I have the same agent as the guy who did the cheap show. I forget the name. So when I see him, I'm going to beat his ass. My question is, who do you think would murder somebody first?
They're both.
It's a tough one.
They need to unite.
It's the
They need
one
to be
and
like
two.
a tag team.
They are.
Because they both have been. Now, Aqib Talib, what, he shot himself? Is that right?
Like
And
twice.
Pacman Jones, basically incited a riot that ended up in a murder, I'm pretty sure, or a guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah, there's a
at
lot
that
of
strip
gunplay
club.
with both.
Yeah,
A lot of violence.
But I will, and both of them have been terrorizing the league for
Forever.
20
Yeah.
years.
They're awesome.
Steve Smith, throw him maybe in there?
No,
No.
no.
Not,
Steve
not on
Smith,
that. He's an asshole and he's like mouthy, but he's not on the level of
He'll
violence
just make
and
you
murder.
cry just by he'll look at you and you'll cry. He
remember
doesn't need guns.
Do you remember the Steve Smith, Aqib Talib game?
Yeah.
When he got 13 straight personal fouls?
Aqib Talib has to fight him though, because otherwise his reputation. And I probably, if gun to my head, no, pun intended there, but I would probably
played.
take Aqib Talib.
To be the first one to murder.
Yeah, to shoot. Someone.
I would love them as a tag team. These two are fucking unbelievable together. The league
You
needs
have
people
to
like
answer
this.
though. If you're
I would
you're
take
betting
I
as
would take
Vegas.
Aqib too because I feel like he has direct gun stories.
Yeah.
It's not, Pac-Man's a fucking hassle and he's always wrong place, but Aqib Talib's constantly firing.
Yeah,
the
I
weapon.
feel like that's good, and I feel like Pacman has a bunch of these clips. He's the best soundbite now in the NFL.
He's
almost.
Pacman kind of has reformed a little bit.
Yeah.
Aqib Talib still just doesn't
Does
give a
whatever
fuck.
he
Right, you don't hear about Aqib Talib as often as Pacman, and when it does, he's literally like something like that.
Right.
Also, the hat, like we had Alyssa walk by in a very trendy hat.
said
He
she
wears
was.
that thug look hat, Aqib Talib, which screams.
That
Well,
sounds
that,
like
is
a
that
hard
bad?
T. That's
That's
a
a-
hard T.
That sounds like a trigger warning
That's
to me.
a hard T.
He-
You can't say thug anymore.
Yeah.
Thug, you can't?
It's a hard T.
No, that's
Posse
super-
is what we say
super-
now.
Can't say thug?
No. Aqib Talib and his posse. have
I'm
these
asking
hats.
Coley, are you our wigga?
Wanksta.
Wankster. Can I say thug?
The problem is
He wears a win-
It's
he
a
wears
hard
a
T.
win-
What I'm saying is he wears a winter hat and it looks like it's glued on sideways on his head.
Oh,
It's-
so
What you're
if
saying
if
is
a white guy was
you're-
wearing that hat sideways, would you call him a thug?
What you're saying is if Aqib,
That's why
honestly,
they don't like it. That's
I
why they don't like
wouldn't,
that word.
I
it's
think.
not racist, Dave. What you're saying is if Aqib Talib walked into the Barstool internet store with that hat, I'd follow him around.
No, I'm not saying that. I
He would
resent
lock his
putting
door.
words in my mouth.
He would reach for his pockets
But
across
it's
the
not
street.
racist.
To answer if a white guy wore it, depends what the white guy looked like. If he was like a tatted up white guy, I'd be like, if you wore it, I'd be like, you're a thug. If Coley wore the white hat on the side, if it was like
Feidelberg?
if it was Feidelberg, I'd be like, he's a douchebag. So
There you go.
it really
Right.
it really matters.
Right.
Okay. Giants, Cowboys. Giants beat them. I don't know what's going on in the NFC. I don't know if I'm going to get the Giants Pats 3 again. I really don't know.
Oh, you are. You absolutely are.
And I'm
I
going
think
to
you
tell
are.
you,
it's all or
Now
nothing.
that the Bears have been officially eliminated, I think you are.
Dude.
I wasn't worried
It's
at
coming.
all until I read Clem's article that the fucking Ben McAdoo showed 2 videos
The
to his
kangaroo, yeah.
and
Didn't
he
even make
showed
any
that
sense.
and
It didn't make any sense to
and
show
the
these at all.
lion
Yep.
killing the guy. I don't think McAdoo knew that the guy died, or maybe does. He plays by the same rules as us. If it happens in a different country, it's not that funny. But he basically showed that video that we talked about in Egypt of the lion tamer getting mauled to death, and it was like, don't be scared or something. The guy got mauled to death, which makes no sense.
Dude,
and then the kangaroo
apparently
fight
he
he
didn't
showed.
explain it at all. He
No.
just played the videos for them. Like nobody.
That
would have
makes
met.
me nervous.
Yeah,
That's you know what it's like that Batman quote when they were trying to figure out the Joker, and he's like, some guys just like to watch the world
yeah,
burn.
yeah.
Like, you can't
a
deal with
crazy
that
guy.
type of
And
crazy.
you know what? And now that they obviously swept the Cowboys, we should have seen it coming in the first game when he took the Sun. That's a very Belichickian move.
Yeah, it is.
When he played the Sun.
The win.
Now
Belichick versus Peyton Manning. an all-time
Now he's
Belichick
playing
moment.
viral videos.
I'll take the
He's
win.
got the walkie-talkies on the sideline.
Yeah.
I'd be shaking in my boots.
It
if
was,
I'm a
little
it was a great game. The Giants' defense was
They're very
unbelievable.
good. They're a good team. It's the same thing.
Odell Beckham, I think the guy is a clown 99% of the time. There's no one else in the NFL who makes that play. He took a fucking 3-yard slant to the house.
Dude, it's the same thing. It's a good defense,
And the guy had
a
an angle
dynamic
on him.
receiver.
That was the crazy part.
And
he had an
Eli.
angle, and he just couldn't catch him. That's
happening.
how good Odell
It's
Beckham
happening.
is. And Dave, well, actually, I want to ask you this. You want to go with the Giants? I have a Cowboys question for you guys.
Okay, yeah, I was going to give you a quick shout out and all of us for the yuppie white guys not being racist. I agree with your description of Odell Beckham. He's a clown. He's not a
clown.
thug. So you
No, he's
call
a
it.
clown.
It doesn't matter. It's not skin.
But he's also he might be the most like purely talented player in the NFL.
No, I agree.
Maybe in like sports.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
And he
He's
just
incredible.
shoves it. That game was a perfect
Yeah.
Odell game. Everyone was talking shit. He dropped a few
And,
passes.
and it was great
and
because
then boom.
Dez fumbled and
Yep, and
couldn't
he-
answer. You thought it was going to be a Dez Odell thing. My question to you guys, it's not a question. It's actually a statement. I want your thoughts.
Are you gonna go Romo?
I think you go Romo.
Oof.
Based on that,
That's
I
a
think
quick
Romo-
hook. That's
I
a very
think
quick
people-
hook to create a huge problem.
I just feel like the
huge problem.
ceiling for the Cowboys is higher with Romo, and people have forgot, like they just have forgot how
people
good
forget?
people forget that Romo was unbelievable the last couple of years when healthy.
I don't know.
You create
But here's the
such
reason
a shitstorm
why.
for your franchise.
Here's the reason. It's not a quick hook. The reason why this is a discussion is this is your only chance. You can't bring him back with like 2 games left and hope he's good for the playoffs.
Tell that
it's
to-
basically today.
Tell that to Wade Phillips when he benched fucking Doug Flutie in the worst coaching decision in the history of football.
Yeah.
It's also not necessarily. It's a quick hook. but
FYI,
it's-
for those
you gotta
people who are
think-
like, I don't know football, I went so
Yeah.
back in the reservoir there. That was pretty
big
good.
time.
Davey football. You have to think forward a little bit too. Like, yeah, it might seem like a quick hook, but in a couple weeks, it might have been the right decision.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
know how much Romo needs. I don't think he can do it off that performance. I mean, there's still.
I just think their ceiling might be higher with Romo. I
It-
feel
it-
like you just hit that rookie like
The
team
book is
see
out
him a
on
couple
him.
times. I mean,
A lot of
he's
game
still
films out
Dak
there.
is going to be a very good NFL starter for a decade plus. I'm just saying this year.
I think.
I
What
think
a
they can
story.
win a Super Bowl with
I
Romo.
think if you think what you just said about Dak, you can't
leave
do
him.
it. I
Okay.
think that like causes Dak issues.
Yeah, no, it's
with
because
Everett.
then if Romo gets what the worst thing that happened is Romo comes in, gets hurt, and then you got to go back to Dak, and you're
And
like,
you're like,
"Oh,
sorry."
Yeah, your
Yeah,
confidence,
exactly.
sorry.
Which is
It's a great
1,000%
debate.
gonna
though.
happen.
That's why
Romo
we
will
love
get hurt.
sports. Yeah.
It is a great debate. I'd stick with them longer. All right, next story, and we're going to bring in K. Marco for this. This is great. This is when good Barstool happens. So K. Marco sliding in right here. So he tweeted about the Heisman Trophy and the red tux that your boy was wearing. And you like him, by the way.
Called
Love him.
Lamar a thug.
Love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him. I've been blogging about him all year. So.
What's his last
Lamar
name?
Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. So I'm so noodly today. It's like my brain is firing. Some things aren't, some are. It's like synapses. Lamar Jackson, you basically not insinuate. You made a joke. You said, is that tux? There was a screenshot of it from Macy's.
Yeah, it was on the discount rack at Macy's for
Yeah, like 99
$89.99.
cents. And then you just got eviscerated. People calling you racist, overtones. That thing which you talked about, the Snapchat, that your face is the new Snapchat filter.
the crooked bow tie.
I've gotten that before,
Which is
yeah.
more of
Roasted.
a
He's
shot
not
to
roasted.
Resnick than you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
You,
and then the guy who called you the cartoon character from
So that was the best
From
one.
Kim
So I like,
Possible, right?
yeah.
What a
the-
reference.
The
That was
eyes,
spot
the
on.
eyes too close together has been going on for a while. That's not new.
the Snapchat filter new?
No,
Yeah.
that's fucking funny.
No, that was funny, but it's,
I wanted
it's been
to put
said. It's been said.
wanted to put that guy in the guy who wrote that into our circle of misfits. Like that to
Give
me
him a
was
job.
like that's
Hire him.
get the guy who just roasted Kmart because
I've gotten that before.
You have?
There's a certain filter that comes up that like morphs your face into way skinnier, and everyone just sends that to me. Like
you didn't
I'm
get
Kmart
Chuck E.
fan.
Cheese. That's the one that our
No,
guy.
that went away pretty quick.
That's
back
the
in
one
day.
that the Stoolies like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the what was it? The monkey from Kim Possible.
Which like you would never know the reference, but
That's
someone
Who's
put
the
a,
real
a,
racist
a
now?
side by side, and it was.
Is it still going?
Oh yeah, big time.
I love it.
I love watching you get in the mix. I love watching
Have
basically
you been?
anybody
Have
else
you
get in
been?
the mix.
I haven't looked
been
at today.
not like that. Oh.
Have you been engaging?
No, I stopped. I was pretty heavy last night, and then I gave up, and then I made fun of the J. Cole album today, so that kind of like brought in a new crowd of people hating me.
That is
That's how
truly.
you deflect.
You know, you want to watch the world.
Has
Just
Tico,
start on
has
fire.
Tico Texas gotten involved
I
yet?
don't think so.
We need her take on this, like stat.
The one that was so good, you roasted one guy back. He was like, you know, it's not all about materialistic things, and his Twitter avatar was him with his car. and K. Marco was just like, cool car, man.
I love seeing our guys get roasted. I was out with Gaz. Gaz is so excited. He's like, you see what's going on with like,
Yeah, no
Gaz
joke.
loves that
Gaz
shit.
loves
Okay,
when other
Mark, the
people get-
Snapchat filter, that one was good. You never know. That's the beauty of the
You
internet.
really don't. That was the most harmless tweet I think like
Yeah.
any of us have sent in years, and you're in the trenches
It was
for 48 hours.
it was like an elitist tweet. That was the joke. I didn't get where the race thing came into it.
But
like,
in the
as if like if Christian McCaffrey won the Heisman and was wearing an $89.99
Same joke.
discount tux, I would have said the same
Well,
thing.
you said it right. Like, the internet it loves when they make fun of, like, white guy fashion, but you can't make fun of black guy fashion.
Yeah.
That's racist.
Yeah, and the fact that he was wearing $900 shoes just like kills everyone's argument that it's like a college kid.
Yeah, the college kid who can't afford anything on his own. He's doing
No,
what
he
he
had
can.
a shitty fucking coat, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
It was cheap.
And I bought the tux for Idol on
I'm
Wednesday,
excited.
but
which
apparently
I
we're
know.
not doing it. So
Yeah, we're doing Idle Week
Way to ruin
first.
the joke.
You might have to
before-
just wear it.
I didn't know I would have
do
worn. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
know that.
Dave ruined the joke.
All right, well, good to see you're still
I'm just
alive.
gonna wear it, yeah,
Any
I'm
final
here.
thoughts for the haters out there?
no, I'm ready to move on from
Haters
this.
make you
I
famous.
can't check my mentions since ruining my blog game because I can't
yeah.
see blogs.
Have you gained followers?
A few.
Okay.
Not
All's
not the
well
ones I want.
all's
You
well
should
that
change
ends
your
well.
Twitter avatar to like Hitler or something, just for fun. Just as a joke.
Yo, you
It's
should
a prank.
probably
Or
Right.
maybe the
Blackface.
it's the Snapchat filter. Like face yourself in that Snapchat filter. Boom, great idea.
The noodle.
This
fire
is
there on
yeah,
that
it
one.
was a quick fire. We've had a couple of these recently, and I'm on the record as saying they're some of my favorite things that we ever get, which is these crazy high school / college announcers. This one, women's hockey. This kid like Max Tolboff or something, OT game winner against Minnesota, and there's no other way to describe it. He goes ballistic. Like absolutely ballistic. Good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Minnesota. Do you believe in, I think he said, do you believe in this? I love this game or something. It was just one of the more electric calls I've heard. I have it 1 versus Miracle on Ice for the 80 Olympics 2. It was that good.
The energy level is obviously through the roof, and anybody who can muster that up for
And
women's hockey.
women's hockey.
Right.
On a fairly
shitty goal.
benign goal.
Yeah. But the good morning, good afternoon, good night, he jacked from an NHL announcer. You can't be putting, you can't, as an announcer, I don't care if it's women's hockey or pro, you can't jack someone else's catchphrase.
Whose catchphrase?
The Washington Capitals announcer,
How the hell did you know that?
Spider Monkey.
Spider Monkey. I hate to do this. I hate to be Danny Downer.
You don't like it?
He's doing it on purpose.
He's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
He went way
not
too. He
natural.
went from 0 to 60 too fast. From the minute I heard it, I was like, this guy is trying to end up on
Well, it's a
Barstool,
game,
and
it's-
noodle page views
Wow.
for it.
just fucking
That's
played right into
that's
his.
Danny Woke. Is that what you refer to?
it's too
it as?
woke.
Danny too woke.
It's a mix of Danny
I-
Downer and Danny Too Woke. When it happens, like when she's dead,
Yeah.
that was natural. This did not feel natural to me.
I think if I went back through this kid Max's calls, I think we'd find
Does he
out.
follow you?
the problem
Does he follow
here-
you on Twitter?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Sure.
He was tweeting like, "I can't believe my idol is putting
Well,
on the
after.
website."
Oh, I don't know if he did before.
I
He
rest
didn't send
my
it.
case.
But wait, time out. He didn't
I
send
rest
it to
my
me.
case.
No, I'm not saying to that.
He
I'm just
said
saying
that after? I didn't even know. He said, I
I
can't
didn't
believe
see
my
that.
idol is.
something like to that effect. Like,
I
I can't
didn't
believe
think
my
he
idol's
said that.
doing
People,
I think it's real.
Sometimes the noodle needs Danny Too Woke to have his back.
No, I think
because
that was
The only
if
thing
you
I'll
had come
say
into my office
Danny
and said,
Too Woke-
"Hey, I'm gonna blog this blog. You think this kid's playing me?" I would have been like, "Listen,
But
noodle,
he didn't
I'm
send
gonna help
it to
you
me.
out."
He didn't send it to me.
It's
Unless
not,
it was
it's not,
announced.
not,
And it
I'm
wasn't
not talking
sent-
about that.
It wasn't
the fact
sent
that he's
instantly.
saying his idol. This is.
Oh, I mean, that's
this
just
is-
mathematics as we grow.
This is
The
just
more
sad.
people
This
you
is
come
sad.
across
You
who have
used to be better
electricity,
than
may
that.
The
have
problem
more
is,
eyes.
of course, he's kind of faking it because he's fucking announcing women's
I
hockey
know.
games, so everything's fake.
But no, but
everything's
there,
forced.
there
I
is
don't know, I disagree
definitely a call.
You think he's
that,
naturally that excited about
Yeah.
that goal?
There's definitely a call that is real, and like I said, the she's dead was a real natural call that just like came off the top of his head. This kid basically was like, "We're in overtime. It's a game with no one there. When they score a goal, because the game will be over, I'm gonna
gonna go
lose my shit and go viral on Barstool."
I don't agree with that. I think maybe go wild is his thing. I don't think he ever was like, this is going to end up on Barstool. Because like, how many people could actually listen to that? I don't even know how the kid found it. There couldn't be more than 10 people who listen to that.
That's also a deeper conspiracy. How did anyone find this video?
Yeah,
If there's a person who put it out there,
just
it's
connect a
probably
little,
that guy, Max.
connect a few dots on a Monday.
It was on his own SoundCloud, for sure. Yeah, it is deep thoughts. Rundown, 2 ads. We're not going to the break, and I don't think we ever go to the break. It's Lisa mattresses, mattresses. All your mattress needs, $75 off. You can probably at this point be mouthing the words with me. Lisa mattresses. We have them all in the Nantucket house, so thank you, Lisa, the official mattress of Barstool Sports. Back to the show. Bills Mafia, a couple good clips today, so I'm not sure which ones you guys or saw them both. We had the 2 guys who like tackle each other in front of a fire pit, and one rolls through the fire pit, and then they celebrate. Real, I don't think they even fathomed how close they were to serious injury there. Speaking of serious injury, the second Bills Mafia clip, the kid jumping off like the RV and breaks his
that
leg.
wasn't a kid.
No, man.
that was the best part.
And by the way, I can't believe nobody's officially died since the last person died at the Bills Mafia tailgate. But you mix in snow, the first significant snow.
They're like dogs. You know when you take your dog out for the first snow and it's like crack and they're it's like the snow in Buffalo. It just goes nuts.
Yeah, so I mean, and of course they lost, so it was like a pretty important game for them.
Yeah. Rex is going to be gone.
Yeah, so
T-Mobile's going to be gone.
They should never get rid of Rex. He is the most like Bills. They keep them all there. They're never going to be good. They're just going to be what they are right now, which is a freak of the NFL show where they're always sort of maybe there, but it's more about the tailgate. So great day for Bills Mafia. I had to give him the shout out.
That guy, I mean, it's usually dumb college kids or whatever. That guy, like, his leg is shattered, and now he probably can't go to work. He's probably, like, got to file for disability. That guy's life is ruined for the next 6 weeks.
His Lucha Libre mask coming off a little bit, and you're seeing, like, the gray hair and stuff, and you're like, oh, man.
I mean, you can't jump feet first.
What do you think was going to happen?
Yeah, it's just.
It's like the first rule. You don't do it in a pool. You just use your ass.
And I love how people knew his leg was broken and absolutely not even like a tiny bit more of concern.
Phone right in the face.
It's like, oh, he broke his leg.
Yeah. That's it.
No, it's like he really did. So shout out Bills Mafia. This story is interesting. I just wanted you guys to take. I thought it could be a lively debate. So I'm not going to say the crime this guy committed because it's gruesome. And obviously, if you're on death row.
What was it?
No, I'm not going to say it.
We'll do it at the end. We'll do it at the end.
I'm not going to say it.
We'll do it at the end because it definitely ruins it.
Right. And I wish I didn't see it. But I guess what are you thinking? The guy's on death row. So it's like they don't put fucking Johnny Happy on death row. You had to do something to get there. Let's forget that. Let's talk about the question at hand. He's the only inmate ever on death row who survived lethal injection. They tried to kill him. They couldn't do it. He started crying. It's like, this hurts. I don't know how, I think a couple hours they tried to kill this motherfucker. Wouldn't die.
Ow. The poison hurts. Ow.
Yeah, he was like crying.
This sucks. This sucks.
That's what he was doing. He's like, this is the worst. Like, tears coming down.
I would imagine it is.
He's the only guy ever to survive it. Now, and by the way, this is side note how like horror/villains and superhero movies are made.
Wow.
When it's like, what's in his veins now? He's going to break through the chains. He's now said, he's appealed. He said, you cannot do this again.
No backsies.
No backsies. You tried, you failed. I think he said it's cruel and unusual punishment, which I actually would sort of agree this guy's got a case. If you survive lethal injection, death row, the only person ever to do it, can they just strap you back a couple months later and do it again? Or do you get one shot?
You get one shot. I think that's the rule. The guy, he won. It was him versus lethal injection. He wins. I'm not saying we're going to send him back on the streets. You just send him back to jail. But that's it. You're still in jail for life.
Do you have pockets in your shirt?
Yeah, isn't that fucking cool? And I got a crooked pocket up here.
Weird. Okay, sorry. That's
here's
weird,
what you
though.
do.
That deserved an interruption. You have pockets in a fucking button down.
And I don't like that because pockets make you look fatter. They don't slim it.
Well, I'm not worried
Like
about
that hot jacket I have,
fat.
that you can't even open the pockets, and I could, but I won't.
The fact that you refer to something you own as the hot jacket.
That's what everyone in the world refers to it as, so they know what I'm
it's
talking
the
about.
I
lady
didn't mean
jacket.
to. That freaked me out. I was like, what are you doing with your hands?
Lady/hot.
So you think that he's like a supervillain now?
Well,
may be.
what you need to do is you need to like clone him and make him like Jason Bourne. That guy needs to become like our army. That guy.
Super villains do exist. He has
No,
become one.
you're gonna ruin my entire take with when you tell me that this guy
I'm
raped
not
a
even going
bunch
to say
of
it on
kids.
this. I'm actually
But
not going to say
I
it.
think that if you survive lethal injection, you should be free.
All right. That's.
I think you should be free.
That-
and I think that we should make it like it's a game of chance. Guys, you should be
Will you put him to lethal injection or just leave him in jail for
Right,
life?
and also like guys who are on death row, start training. Like get stronger, get your veins stronger.
That's
Try
why-
to survive this shit.
I don't think we
we
want
put
that.
it on pay-per-view.
I don't think we want that at all. Death row
we
then
pay
all of a
off all our
sudden
debts.
takes over the world.
That's exactly why I'm not
like
going to say
pay-per-view.
what
Yeah,
happened.
pay-per-view.
It's a good
Would you
idea.
watch Death Row on pay-per-view?
100%.
Yeah. I also think
I wouldn't
there's-
tell anybody. I would order it though. for
I
sure.
think there's also an element of thought here where maybe just keep a pistol there. It's like, all right, this guy's boom. Now you're
So
you're
what
so
did he
tough,
do?
pow.
So what did he
can't
do?
even.
No, you have to say it now,
He
Dave.
He raped
a
murdered a
14-year-old
child.
like murder.
So
I
you-
didn't
and
want
it
to
was
say
Danny
it.
wants
You
on the
knew it was
streets.
kids.
You begged
I
it
knew
out
was
of me. I
kids.
wasn't going to
know.
say it.
I knew
I
was
wasn't going to
kids.
say it. So it's all hypothetical. But this guy, you should probably put a bullet right there. In this
no, you know
weird
what,
country
Rome-
we live in, it's like we're trying to kill the guy, won't die. How about you just fucking shoot him in the face?
I thought
Dead.
Rowan had a good in between. You send him back to prison and they just beat him to death.
That works too.
That too.
And then that way you don't have to do the double jeopardy thing.
ArmyNavy, got to give it a shout out. Awesome time. I think Dan and I will both agree. I'd put this and the Super Bowl I went to as like the two most electric environments. It's like watching a high school game, but when they gain 3 yards, the place goes bananas no matter what happens. I mean, it was really a unique, not once in a lifetime sincerity, but there's nothing like it. The vibe, the streak, all of it. So it was a great time. Our boy Connor almost got choked out by a security guard.
That sounds absolutely correct.
After Army,
Instant.
Surprises me.
Like
zero.
first play of the game is like, we got field passes. Hey guys,
What did he do?
just like chill out. Fumble like the third play of the game. He ran almost like all the way in the middle of the field.
he was in the pile
Yeah,
for a minute.
yeah.
Like Army recovered the fumble. This security guard, who was no nonsense, took Connor, ragdolled him a little bit. The most aggressive, quiet talk like I've
They
ever
were like
heard.
shouting, whispering
Yes.
at each other. And
With
you know
him,
Connor
like,
was
in-
like, I played for Army years ago.
I was a backup
You don't
quarterback.
understand.
Yeah. So, but overall, a great day.
Unbelievable environment. I said it's up there. It's like Rose Bowl and ArmyNavy for best college
The
environments.
anthem and all the pageantry before
Yep.
the game is
Flyover, yep.
incredible.
And I wrote a blog about this. We met the chief of staff of the Army, 4-star general, highest ranking guy, and he turns out he's a Boston guy. He reads Barstool, which was like the most stunning thing I've ever heard. And there's an article, you guys have probably seen it. I write it every like Veterans Day. It's an article from the Washington Post. And I write it every Veterans and Memorial Day. It's a funny story with like Boston soldiers talking about how like Brockton is harder than the Corrigal Valley or something. The general was one of the guys in the article. Amazing. They didn't mention names. I went back and looked, but I know that's what he said. So overall, thank you to everybody for making that happen. Great day. And we posted the video. I said I was going to go every year till they won. So now it's up to
Shout
me.
out to my memory.
Yeah, that was good. You said that.
That was. I mean, the fact that Army won, like, it was unbelievable, and, and I thought that was setting up for the classic Army
Meltdown.
tears,
Yeah.
you know, snot and all that thing.
Another story here, and this one may be obviously another story. We're on the rundown, but maybe I'll start with you, Kevin. What you would do here? So there's this.
What's this topic?
No, it's not bad.
Okay.
By the way, happy birthday, Shay Clancy.
Thank you.
The big what? 2?
The big one.
Big one.
The big one.
How time flies. So it's a mall. They're at the mall. A line saying hello to Santa, and some preacher comes up and just starts yelling that Santa is fake. Like no such thing as real Santa. Jesus is like the guy that you guys should be paying attention to. What would you do if little Shay Clancy is, let's say she's, what's a big Santa age? 7?
Probably, I don't know,
Five,
4
4
or
or
5.
five.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she's all into the big guy,
Yeah.
into Santa. You're doing this and some asshole comes up. What do you do?
I like this move.
You do?
I don't like the Jesus shit. I don't put the Christ back in Christmas. It's all about Jesus. Fuck all that noise. But it's such a villain move to do this. To be like,
Huge villain move.
I'm gonna go ruin all these kids' Christmas. The good thing is, you can just play that off like that's a crazy person, honey. There's so many fucking crazy people in the world. Be like that was an absolute lunatic. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and you can still laugh about it on the inside. I think it is next level villainry to be like, I'm gonna go up and down the whole line and tell all these kids Santa doesn't exist.
I was pissed because I feel like one of those dads can fight him.
Well,
fist
yeah.
fight him right there
Yeah.
and not be like held accountable.
And there was a
I was
big old
surprised
fucking
there wasn't a
Clem
fight.
highlighted this guy, big old Grizzly Adams looking type guy. He should have slugged him. I'm not gonna be the guy who's fighting in the middle of the mall, but somebody
if
needs
a
to knock
cop
that guy
shows up and is like, you hit that guy, like, but he told my fucking 4-year-old that Santa didn't exist. The cop just like, okay,
Not,
Yeah,
not
I
a jury
mean,
that would convict.
right,
It is a diabolical move.
unreal.
And
Unreal.
FYI, while we're going here.
Oh my God, this thing is ridiculous.
So we got this. Here's what we got. We got this huge. We got this huge Christmas tree. Can you pull this to the other side? The other side. Yeah. So we got who got the tree and the menorah?
Brett.
All right, so we got a big
look at this
Christmas
trash.
tree,
Look at
and
this
then we got a
trash.
tree that's like 900 feet tall, and then to equal things off, we got a 2-inch menorah. Even though this company is probably more than 50%
That was a hate
Jewish.
crime. That was a hate crime.
Good. Fucking
You just broke the menorah.
sue me for it.
So I complained about it, and we got this guy now.
Who is this?
This is the mensch on a bench. He's
on a
fucking a
bench.
monster. He's a fucking.
I'll tell you what, that's terrifying.
this
No wonder you guys can't figure out this fucking
this
holiday.
motherfucker.
This is the dude representing Hanukkah.
This
He's
guy.
terrifying.
Nazi propaganda
This,
right
Yeah,
this
right?
guy. This guy. Everyone's gonna Photoshop us now together too. It's probably not like the best move.
fucking
But
Gargamel
this
over
motherfucker
here.
now is sitting on our bar stool next to the tree. It's a little pride, and that's just the Santa story. So good for us. And I have another trick coming.
Breaking news.
What?
Jeff Fisher is fired.
Oh, no
finally.
way. Fuck. We actually fucking called. God damn it. Hank, do we even have, we had this discussion.
What?
Hank, do you remember we had this discussion last night?
Oh. So the breaking news, he's not mic'd up. We just got told literally that Jeff Fisher is fired.
Dude,
and Dan
PFT
is
and I
distraught.
had this discussion last night. We're like, I bet you the Rams can they'll fire him after they gave him an extension just to be like, just throw whole chaos in the Rams organization. That's unreal.
You think the Rams were just like reading the internet, being like, maybe we shouldn't have done that.
We said
I
that
guess
too.
We gotta fire this
We
guy.
said that too. Like, hey, everyone, just stop making jokes about Jeff Fisher because like,
he's
they're
gonna get
fire
fired.
him. Yeah.
Wow.
That one's on you. That one's basically on you, really.
This sucks.
You think about it.
That sucks. This is the worst day ever.
Mailroom.
We gotta open that.
This just came in.
Get that thing away from me. I think I'm allergic to it.
More breaking news. So this says Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports from the New England Patriots. Little franchise that won a couple Super Bowls in their day. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read this. I don't know what the fuck this is gonna be. Cease and desist. Oh, this motherfucker. Did you do this? Did you know this? What is this? It's a fucking sales call. I think this is just fake. I'm sorry to not turn out to be Robert Kraft. However, my company can provide greater value than you ever would.
You got fucking played.
I feel like you fucking played that, Gaz, you fucker.
well played by that guy.
Yeah, last one. And I mean, he's out. We lost Big Cat. Jeff
might
Fighter
as well
got
go-
fissured.
just
He's
go
mentally
back.
checked out.
Yeah. You could have told him like his fucking parents died. He wouldn't.
He
get
literally
checked in.
checked out. R. Kelly, I just shout out to this picture of R. Kelly. At a concert, bunch of chicks just grabbing his fucking cock.
And the smile ear to ear is
Just
just
loving
perfect.
it.
And
It's a
there's
perfect
really,
R. Kelly photo.
A lot of those R&B guys can probably get that treatment, but there's really one person in
R.
this picture,
Kelly.
and it's him.
R. Kelly.
And people don't care. People do not care that he peed on little girls and stuff. They
Do
just
not
want to
care.
grab his dick.
Just grab R. Kelly's dick, move on.
Good for him.
He's out. I was going to do the Manziel
No,
photo.
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, so.
By the way, Jeff Fisher tied for most losses.
Right, so he's not the losingest coach ever.
He
That's
probably
heartbreaking.
wants it.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Like, let
probably
me lose
want that.
one more.
Because that's an untouchable record. That's a Joe
so
DiMaggio.
hard to get
you
that.
Can't, coaches, they don't get that many
Enough.
chances
Right,
anymore.
Right.
So,
to get that many losses.
Fuck!
Big one for the boys. So yeah, we finally got the Manziel party photo, and it's
is-
perfect. Shout out Gaz taking the photo. Just like one of the best photos that I looked upstairs at the big man after that photo was taken because it just captured everything so
That
perfectly.
was
Okay.
the
By the way,
most
is he supposed to still be sober?
washed up.
Okay.
A lot of people are tweeting that at me, being like, I guess he's not sober. But
I said this on the bus ride when we
you
coming
didn't
back.
want it to happen.
I just thought it was anticlimactic.
Oh, I
You
thought
have-
that photo was good, though.
You have so much history with the guy. I needed it to be like, I
What
don't
could've
know what.
been- what would've
it's one of
been-
those ones that we talk like you know the dog chasing a car, and then you catch him and you don't know what to do. Like it had been such a build up over the years that I'm happy you got to party with him and it was a great photo, but it just feels empty. I'm being honest. It feels empty.
It was better than him coming to the office.
Well,
that photo for me
I
worked
needed
it.
you to like go like hunt him down in L.A. or like Mexico or on some like crazy
Like fucking Point
coke-fueled-
Break, like
yeah,
missed you by a
Too
week.
far.
and
Right.
He's too far
Came
gone.
across a piece of
right,
meat.
but then he
and,
just walks to
he
the
was in
club
the
with
mix,
you know what I
when
mean?
he was on like all over the news about rehab and you almost had him on, that would have been something. Now there's a reason why he was hanging out with you is because he's fully at rock bottom. There's no.
I mean, that's one school of thought.
allure. Yeah, that's probably the correct school of thought. There's really nothing. Why would I not hang out with Dave anymore?
I tell you, he came into our table. He still brings us a thunder. All of a
Oh,
sudden,
I mean, there's that guy will be electric in the club until the day he's dead.
like
That's
all of
true.
a sudden, we were getting zero love. We're in the corner, nobody paying attention. Johnny Football strolls in all of a sudden. We had these two guys with like fur coats next to us. There's that picture too, if you dig it up. But all of a sudden, we were the spot to be. Johnny Football in the club said he texted me after. He goes, "What a night! What an unbelievable night!"
Yeah, that is truly rock bottom for him.
Hey,
Think about where he was and who he was partying with, and then he texts you, "What a night."
oh what
That was
a
the
night.
most like washed up picture right
Oh
there.
what a
Perfect.
night! Oh what a night! So the Johnny Football thing's over. Yeah, there's.
I can't be.
It's
the only-
almost-
I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who agree with me. It was.
Oh, it's definitely.
It
But
just
I,
felt-
the,
it
the
just-
only thing I
I needed
disagree
more.
with is I think that picture was so perfectly funny that it like worked.
Yeah, I just I don't know.
Like
I don't know what I built
champagne,
it up too
looked
much
like
in my
there's
head.
cum on.
Come
I
on,
built
dude.
it. I
mean,
built
what
it up
the
too
fuck
much
The
in my
fact that
head.
there was an element of you being doused in cum really did heighten it. I will say
the
that.
Do you have a
picture-
response to Spider Monkey Nate? I like that his tweet to you.
And then he doubled down and he
Yeah,
made
he
sure he
doubled down
tagged
on
you.
Look at this guy.
Oh, here he
Spider
comes.
Monkey.
Pops up.
Spider Monkey heard his name.
Spider
Pops
bro.
up.
Monkey Nate heard his name.
Oh,
He
give me
popped
that
him so
mic.
fast.
Give me that mic. This is
I
like a
gotta,
wrestling moment.
I gotta be honest, Nate. I don't know what the tweets. So this will be a live reaction. I don't know what you said.
Pulling it up.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I just think you're a
Jeff
hypocrite
Fisher's zone,
with
bro. I'll pull it up.
Manziel. Nothing that's not been said before.
Hypocrite how?
'Cause he, like-
Take the hood off, by the way. Your double earring thing is the most preposterous
Ooh, that's
thing in the history of this company that you now have 2 stud earrings real is. And I know
He
you
calls
used
it
to have
rebranding.
It is
Hashtag
Rebranding
a
the old Nate.
stunning look for a stunningly creepy guy. But go on. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I just think you're a big hypocrite.
For what?
The way that you love Manziel, but you'll kill other people, or like be really upset with other people who hit their girlfriends and do all that.
You
and then
can't hit
you
your
love
girlfriends.
Johnny.
That was we didn't go.
Yeah.
That's a bad look to for sure hit the girlfriend.
But then, like, you are obsessed with him. You want to hang out with him. You want to party
We
with
got
him.
Smitty here too. This is like with Nate. Smitty hears Nate, and now Smitty's like, "Get me on the rundown." The
vulture.
The
The vulture starts circling.
I don't know. Is Smitty mad at
He
you right
popped
now?
up and
Probably.
he was right there.
Yeah, no,
like
it wasn't a good
instant.
look. It was,
Okay.
but the incident you're talking about for sure wasn't.
So he tweeted this, subtweeted at you. And
No,
then
I
someone
tagged
said,
him.
No,
why don't you
tagged
add
him.
it?
I tagged him.
No,
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 the
he tagged
second
him.
time you tagged
No,
him.
he tagged
Like
him
10
almost right
seconds
away.
after.
Yeah, he tagged him
Oh,
almost
okay.
right away that night. He tagged him.
I'm not
Nate-
that
Nate
mad
went-
about that.
Nate-
That's actually a fair take.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was fair. I mean, I like anytime Spider Monkey Nate comes
Yeah,
out.
no, I
I'm
like
cool.
Spider Monkey.
And he's got.
I can't.
And he's
Does anyone-
he's
can anyone
fucking
talk to this
blinging.
guy right now without laughing with
blinging.
those
It's
earrings?
There's
I
a
like
little
it.
sparkle every now
It's
and then.
unbelievable.
They look
crazy.
good though, no?
And you nice shoes. I like those shoes. What are those?
I don't. Kevin gave them to me.
Oh,
You look maybe like you're gay.
that's a hard.
I
G.
didn't see that coming.
What
Well,
is
you
that?
should have saw that coming.
Is that wrong?
I mean, you do have double earrings. You should have seen.
No,
I
one
don't
makes,
think
you,
it gets-
one
what
makes
is
you
it?
gay.
It's like the left or whatever.
The
Right?
right
One
and
of
the
the
left.
ears means you're gay.
I-
The
I-
right.
Do you think King Griffey's gay?
Ooh, good.
Ken Griffey Jr.?
Good point. Nate Ken Griffey, same sentence. First time.
Barry Bonds too.
I
Barry Bonds
just
is on
think
the
I just
dangly
think
one.
adding those earrings to you make you look gay.
What was
That's
it? What
not-
was
again,
the
I don't know
decision
how
to do it?
that's.
I
like,
like.
everyone
I
like,
think
ooh.
Nate. I think it adds a little pizzazz to Nate's whole like.
Well, Flash.
I think
Yeah.
he looks like
Little
the
sparkle.
what's the gay bar in the police academy, like the blue something or whatever.
I think you should.
You know a lot about this, Dave.
Can I? Ooh.
Spider Monkey.
Can I have? Can I
Sometimes
just say
you just
one
get
thing
Spider
though?
Monkey,
Critique?
man.
I think you should go hoop.
I knew you were gonna say that.
2 hoops. MJ hoops.
We might be building towards that.
I mean, it would be pretty.
Dude, I like the
pretty
Barry
badass.
Bonds, the cross, the dangling cross.
Oh, that would be good too. Or maybe
You
like
just woke up and you're like, I'm just doing.
I got it done 8 years ago.
But don't they close in if you don't wear it? No.
Never
Apparently
closed.
Nate's weird
Okay.
spider ears.
All right.
You dropped your.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nate's were
Nate.
still.
I think you know.
Nate's stayed open.
I don't like it, but to
Well,
each their own.
Yeah. What would you rather Nate do? I mean, this is. I feel like that's a contradiction there. That's Nate just getting.
No, I don't
both
like the
his
look
ears,
on him.
like,
I won't do it. I'm not like
blinged
you
out.
look better. Remember when we told Hank you should do like hippie tattoos and stuff? That look, I don't think like adds to.
Okay.
That's all. All right, so that is the rundown. Lively, long show, probably.
Can't believe Jeff Fisher.
Okay.
Fucking brutal.
Condolences, man.